Hey guys, it's Sarah from She's Crafty and She Knows It, and today I'm going to show you how to fix or secure a wire bound or spiral notebook. So you can see right here, this notebook, the cover is coming off. We've actually already lost the back cover. The way this binding is, it kind of opens up between the wire and things start coming undone. So first I'm going to stick the cover back on that's kind of coming off the best that I can. So you might have, this is our homeschool curriculum that's falling apart. You might have a planner or some other kind of notebook that you really want to keep and care about that's doing this. So first, try to get everything back together. I've been trying to fix it by constantly squeezing these wire pieces together, which is just not working enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to use ribbon, just basic ribbon. And we're going to thread it and basically sew the binding up to secure it. So for a book this size, this is a pretty big book, I'm going to use 3 feet of ribbon. So let me get my ribbon piece real quick. And 3 feet should be plenty long. I'm going to cut my ribbon. And I'm going to cut the other end kind of to a point so that it's easier for me to thread. Okay. So first I'm going to start with the one end, and I'm going to tie a knot down here at the very bottom. So it's just in the very bottom wire piece. Tie a knot down there to secure it. I'm going to double knot it so that it's really nice and secure. And guys, this is super easy. I'm going to do it on all of their books to secure them. Okay, leave it just like that right there. Now you're going to get the end that you kind of cut to a point. You could use a needle if you wanted to. I just cut it to a point because it's pretty easy to go through. So you're going to stick it through the big fat square piece. So it's already attached. Just want to stick it through there. Pull it real tight. You're going to want your knot to stay down at the bottom. Okay, so pull it real tight like that. And now all you're going to do is keep sticking it through back and forth. So through the rounded one and then through the square. And pull it tight. And so we're going to keep pulling it tight so that it threads it really tight all the way up. So through the rounded one, and you kind of can do 2 at a time, through the rounded and through the square, pull it tight. I'm using blue. My daughter, this is her book, our oldest daughter, and blue is her favorite color. So I'm doing a blue ribbon for her. So obviously you can just pick a fun ribbon. If it's for you, a ribbon that you would like. If it's for your kid's favorite color. Keep pulling it tight. So if it seemed loose in places, you can just go up and down and pull the ribbon tight. So you're just kind of weaving it back and forth. And this is a great way, like I said, if you have a planner that's coming apart, something you care about that you want to keep, but the binding is just not secure, especially on this kind of wire binding. And so this is really good sturdy binding. It's just the way that it's done, it does leave a gap, and it's so easy for the covers to slide off. And then once the cover comes off, well, then it's really easy for the pages to start coming off. And since this is our expensive homeschool curriculum, I know I've told many of y'all that we started homeschooling at the beginning of this school year. This is expensive curriculum that we really care about, and we're only halfway through the year, so I really need to hold up. And it's not going to hold up if we start losing pages. Keep going all the way, because now I'm going to come up through the top and I'm going to tie it off with a knot. And so you can be done with it right here if you don't want to do the next part. So, but why I cut it so long, I cut it 3 feet, is I wanted to have a bookmark that can come all the way down. So that way, not only is the binding really tight, you can tell that now when I open the pages, there's no way for this cover to come out of the binding. It's completely sewed up all the way along the binding. And now I have a bookmark, which we leave our books closed each day we put them up. Well, now I have a bookmark that I can put right in there, and they know exactly where they are. I'm going to cut a little bit shorter. The bookmark's a little bit long. Push it up to make sure you can see. Like that. And now there's a handy dandy bookmark. This piece down here, it's double knotted already. So make sure the knot's real tight. And you can cut it off a little bit shorter. And that is it. There's your handy dandy binding. And I'm going to show you real quick. So this is the part 1 of the math. This is part 2, and so with the back cover on, they actually do the binding in between the back cover and the last page, which is why the back cover comes off so easily, because when you're using the book, it's right there. So this book hasn't been used at all, so the binding is still really tight, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to bind it and how it's going to be just fine for the sewing, how I'm going to sew it, and how it'll be just fine for the sewing to be in between the back cover and the last page. So same thing, 3 feet. Now, like I said, if you don't want to do the bookmark, you probably only need about 2 feet, maybe even like 1.5 feet of ribbon. I just think the bookmark for a book that doesn't already have one, if you have a bookmark, then you don't need this. But for these books, it'll be so handy to have a bookmark for them to find exactly where they were. So tie a knot at the very bottom wire, just like we did last time. You're gonna do the exact same method. And now we're just gonna weave it in and out just like we did last time. And that's why if you use thinner ribbon and it's not really bulky, it really doesn't matter where the binding is in the book. It's not gonna get in the way. So you can just pull it tight. I'll put some links. This ribbon's just from Michael's. I'll put some links in the description of this video below. So not in the comments, but in the description below the video. There should be, if you're on your phone, there's a little arrow that you can click next to the title of this video that will drop down a description, and you can find the links. And that way you can buy this ribbon online if you want to. But I mean, even twine or some kind of cording could work. It doesn't have to be specifically ribbon. I just like this for the fact of using it as a bookmark and picking something kind of bright and colorful. Just make sure you don't miss any of the loops. So we're hitting every single loop. Now, just like last time, if you want to tighten up any of the threading, so like some of it, maybe it's a little bit loose down here, you just go through and pull little by little all the way up, and that'll make it nice and tight. This does not need to look beautiful or be super uniform. This is more for functionality than anything else. So now I'm at the very top. I'm going to tie it off in a knot just like I've been doing. Okay. So now you can see when we close the book, hopefully you can see that it closes flat. This is not bulky, it's not in the way. Here's this side with the bookmark, but it is not in the way. So even if the binding is between the back cover and the last page, this is a really easy way, guys, and it's so thin. It holds it together just fine. You can't even see it now. And then we still have our little bookmark. I'm going to bring it down and cut it off to a good length that's not too crazy long, like that. And then I have this little last piece. I'm just going to cut it. Since we did that double knot, it's really secure. I'm going to cut it a little shorter. And there we go. So now we have our really secure bindings, and we don't have to worry about losing any of the pages in our books. Okay guys, so that's it. Now you know how to secure your wire-bound notebook so that you don't lose any pages. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more videos. Bye guys!